And so it begins. The first stop we had on our trip was in Saint-Tropez, Hermes. It's a beautiful Hermes boutique. All the boutiques there, all the shops there are absolutely beautiful. When you walk in, you're greeted by somebody who asks you if you have an appointment or if you have a specific sales associate you want to see, or if you're just, doing some general shopping. Now, just a little quick backstory. We landed in Saint-Tropez. That was the first leg of our trip. The second we landed was early in the morning. We dumped our stuff in the hotel, did a quick freshen up, grabbed a coffee, and the first stop I wanted to go to was Hermes in Saint-Tropez, of course, being me. So we walked in. I did not know anybody there. It's our first time there. I did not have any connections with SAs. I did not ask my SA here if she has any connections there. Just went in blindly. And I will tell you, it was quite a mistake because I should have utilized my concierge from my hotel. We were staying at a great hotel because they have connections. If it's a good hotel, they have connections. Now, I was wearing pumpkin and she kept on, my hubby even realized this, she kept on staring at my bag to the point where she ended up just saying it and saying, "I love your bag. You know that's a very hard color and unique color to get." So we started chit-chatting and I told her, yeah, I have a beautiful collection. I really love color. I'm not looking for any neutrals. I want something vibrant, something bold. And it's our 25th year anniversary. That's why we're here in Saint-Tropez. It's our first time and I would really love to get something to make this a memorable trip, something special from Hermes. So she's like, all right, let me connect you with an SA, 5 minutes tops. We went upstairs because the first floor is as soon as you enter for accessories and scarves. We went upstairs. She's like, keep yourself busy upstairs. Look at the pieces and the clothing and stuff, and I'll send somebody up your way. We go upstairs. The place is teensy. It's really nice, but it's very small. Like, I was actually looking for some ready-to-wear that I had in my head that I wanted to buy there, regardless if it was going to be some Birkin bait, as they call it. I just wanted to get the pieces there because I knew that the collection there would be there, and because you get the VAT back. They didn't have anything I was looking for. I wanted to get hubby a pair of shoes. They didn't have the shoes for him. Very small selection. In comes an SA. She introduces herself. Ice. She was ice cold. I said to myself, this is not happening. Like, I know that I was not going to get anything and I did not want to waste my time. So she said, hi, how can I help you? I told her the spiel. It's our 25-year anniversary. We're here for the first time. I wanted to see if there's any possibility to get either a leather appointment, or if there is no leather appointment, if I can speak to somebody, maybe getting a quota bag, something that makes this trip memorable. We have nothing in stock. I can show you other pieces, but I think I tuned her out the second that she was telling me to basically purchase other things or whatever. I looked at hubby, I looked at her, and I said, thank you so much for your time. And I literally walked down the stairs, walked out the store. We headed to Pucci. I had a final day in Pucci and then AP and everything else. And that was that for Saint-Tropez. If you've had a different experience with Saint-Tropez Hermes, I'd love to hear the story. Put it into comments, but that was the end of it. We were there for 3 days. Can I tell you, I didn't go back. I was like, you know what? This is a trip I really want to enjoy. I'm not going to go and beg for a bag. I'm not going to go and buy all the nonsense and crazy things that, like, they didn't even have the things that I wanted in the store just to be offered God knows what, because it's not necessarily that they will offer you a quota bag. So that was the first half of our trip. And then after, we went to Cannes. We got to Cannes early in the morning because we checked out, and then we rushed over to Cannes. We wanted to spend every single moment and day in Cannes, enjoying it. We had heard amazing things about the city itself. So again, we got to the hotel. We got everything in our rooms. Our room was ready really fast. And my hubby looked at me and he goes, are we doing this? I said, yes, we're going to Hermes. So we went off to the Hermes in Cannes. We walk into the store. Beautiful store. I felt like it was much more brighter and vibrant than the one in Saint-Tropez. They had a lot of stock as far as ready to wear, and men's shoe collection was absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, they didn't have my husband's size, and like 2 pairs of shoes that I really, really, really love that I wanted to get in the French Riviera for him at Hermes. Whatever, I'm probably gonna end up getting it here if they have his size, but they had really beautiful pieces. The jewelry was gorgeous. They had a beautiful area for makeup and perfume. Like, I was really impressed compared to what I had just seen over there. Anyways, the vibe was totally different. The place was packed with people. The general manager, when you walk in, is standing by the door. She decides if you will be talking to an SA and who you will be talking to. I will tell you this. There are some SAs that are wearing a blazer, and there are some SAs that are only wearing a shirt, a button-down shirt. The ones with the button-down shirts, I think, are the ones who hand out the bags. So again, this is our first day there. Again, I did not use my concierge because we dumped everything in the hotel and we left. So when we're standing there, I told the general manager, hi, I'd like to do some shopping. Also see if I can speak to somebody regarding a bag. I don't know if you get leather appointments here or not. She goes, yes, you actually do need to have a leather appointment here if you want a specific quota bag or something to be seen. So let's try to get you into the system. She sends somebody over to me, and the woman pulls me aside and she goes, okay, how long are you here for? I'm like, I'm only here for a week. She goes, oh no. Leather appointments need to be done 2 weeks in advance. Basically telling me you ain't getting shit. It's black and white. She's like, if there's anything else, I said, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And I turned around and was walking out. Hubby looked at me. I said, I'm not playing the game. I'm not playing the game. I kid you not, we left. I bought nothing and we left. We spent the entire day in Cannes. What a fantastic, phenomenal city. Loved it, adored it, had so much fun. I was irked by the experience. Whatever, it's Hermes, it's gonna happen. Hubby did something that I had no idea. God, it did not bother me one bit. I actually bumped into a friend of mine when I came out of the store, and she's like, you didn't get anything? And I said, no, and that's totally fine because I'm not playing the game. And I had heard that day there were a lot of people that came in and they bought so much crap, literally their own words, crap. I don't know what crap is there, but they bought crap just to get offered something. And I was not going to do that. And I was not going to let this whole thing bother me. So we went off to a beach club. We had an amazing time. The day was absolutely glorious. And then at night we headed back to the hotel to change and go for dinner. Hubby did leave the room for about half an hour telling me that the concierge needs him in the front downstairs. So he went downstairs and I didn't make anything of it until I found out 2 days later what exactly happened. So just to let you know, this was a Friday that this happened. So we got back to the hotel. Like I said, we showered, we changed, we got ready for dinner. We were heading out for Friday night dinner somewhere. And he came back to the room, we got ready, we left, everything was fantastic. Saturday was out of this world. I couldn't post because I don't use my phone on Saturday, but we were at La Plage Momet, I think it's called. It was the most epic beach club during the day, right by our hotel, whatever. Came back, got dressed, we went to Baoli, we went to a bunch of other clubs, Medusa. It was just an amazing night. And when we got back to the hotel around 4:45 in the morning, hubby says to me, we got to have breakfast really early in the morning tomorrow morning because we have an appointment at Hermes at 10:30 in the morning on Sunday. Yes, Hermes Cannes Sundays is open, at least in July, which is insane to me because I've never heard of an Hermes being open on Sunday, period, anywhere around the world. Jaw dropped. I said, wait, what do you mean? First of all, Sunday, you're mistaken. They're closed on Sunday. Second of all, wait, what do you mean we have an appointment? So what he had done is that while I was getting ready for Friday night dinner, he went down, talked to the concierge, and he said, you got to make something happen. Regardless, if my wife gets a bag or not, please get us in the door to talk to the right person, because at least that's the right step. Our hotel pulled strings. Use your concierge. I am telling you, I don't know why I didn't think of it before, but it worked. So Sunday morning we woke up, we got ready, and as we're walking there, which was like a 5-minute walk from our hotel, I'm like, is this really happening? He goes, yeah, don't worry about it. And I'm like, are they gonna give me a bag? He's like, that I don't know, but I know that we have the right person, the right to talk to. We walk in, on Sunday is a different general manager. She knew, like she was expecting us. We walked in, there was a line. We cut the line because we had an appointment and my husband knew who to speak to. And we walked in and she said, oh yes, your concierge had one of their colleagues come from the Majestic here, speak to us, and we're expecting you. Let me get you somebody right away. By the way, this general manager was completely different than the one that I had met the other day. She was a gem, smiley, positive, kind, and I was just like, okay, maybe this is gonna happen. Let's see. She brings me somebody, quickly swifts me over to the other side, which they have tables and stuff. And she says to me, they told me that you're looking for something really unique, really different. Let me show you what we have and you tell me if you like these things. I said, okay. She didn't ask for my specifics, but I guess they knew, I guess my husband had told them that I'm looking for something different and I didn't want any neutrals. I know everybody's looking for neutrals, but I love the colors and like styles and difference. So she went to the back, came to the front. I had seen a burgundy picotin. I said no. A all suede, beautiful, just not my type, baby blue 24, small size. It was absolutely stunning, just not for me. I personally don't like the 24s. I think they're gorgeous. I just don't like the way that it look on me, like the sack look. It doesn't look great. And then I asked her, I said, do you have any quota backs? She goes, not today. Is there anything else I can help you with? I was like, okay. I guess this was too good to be true, but I did actually want to get two things. I wanted to get a pair of black orans for my daughter because my black orans had gotten stolen in Aruba a few years ago on a trip. Don't ask, another story for another time. So I said, I want a pair of black orans. This is the size, it's for my daughter. And also wanted to get this. And my husband thought I was insane because we are standing in about 100-degree weather. And I was like, honey, I can save so much money getting these here because of the VAT. And they have been on my wish list because they kind of changed the leather and now it's a little bit more bendable and more comfortable. So I got myself a pair of jumping boots. And mind you, when I was trying these on, and my husband thought I was absolutely nuts, and they had the burgundy, the brown suede, the black, like mushy leather. They had all of them, and she brought them all out in like 2 different sizes because I didn't know which size was mine. He was like, this is ridiculous. People are passing by and looking at us like we're nuts because you're trying on boots. Can I tell you? The whole store was packed with tourists just like us. And everybody said to me, you are so smart for buying boots here. You are so smart for buying boots here, because majority of the people were actually from New York. So I got my boots, I got my orans, made it to the front, purchased them, and as I'm walking out, the general manager is still standing there and she goes, I hope you got what you wanted. And I said, honestly, you guys didn't have what I was looking for, but I appreciate the fact that you tried to pull some string, that my concierge and you tried to pull some strings. I did get a pair of boots. I am from New York and I'm definitely going to be able to use them and wear them, but I really appreciate it. And she looked at me and she goes, you know what? You're so nice. Come back tomorrow morning. Come back tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning. Guess what I did? I went back the next morning.